And welcome to another edition of the most consistent, prolific, and dedicated uploads in YouTube history. This is the dynamic Sean's View Entertainment on YouTube.com. Make sure to like this video, subscribe, and please share this video all over Twitter, Facebook, your friends, your girlfriends, and your boyfriends with the latest new backstage news, rumors, and headlines and developments on Sting's career, future, and health, The Undertaker and Brock Lesnar, Chris Jericho in Hell in a Cell. WWE announced that The Undertaker would be facing Brock Lesnar at next month's Hell in a Cell event, which is going to be absolutely huge, because we all remember what happened the last time The Undertaker and Brock Lesnar waged war inside Hell itself. Brian Alvarez mentioned on today's installment of the Wrestling Observer Live that WWE changed several plans for next month's WrestleMania event about 3 weeks ago. One of those changes was the decision to move up Brock Lesnar versus The Undertaker Part 3 to next month's pay-per-view event instead of having it at WrestleMania. Alvarez added that the company feels they don't need a strong main event for Hell in a Cell with Brock and Taker on the card, so they are moving forward with plans to see WWE World Heavyweight Champion Seth Rollins defend his title versus Kane for Hell in a Cell. The official Facebook page for Sting posted the following today. Sting is undergoing, and this is new, this is just happening now. Sting is undergoing treatment for the injuries he sustained in last night's match with Seth Rollins. Doctors will continue to evaluate his condition, but he is a man of remarkable health and resiliency, especially at his age and with all he's endured throughout his stellar career. Therefore, we are optimistic that he will have a speedy recovery and return to full health soon. Sting has kept his body in excellent shape, due largely to the guidance he's received from his personal trainer, and we trust this will prove beneficial to the recovery process. As a side note, we learned later on that the greatest damage to Sting's body took place before the match was over. But being the true professional he was, and one of the hardest workers to ever step foot in the ring, he insisted to see the match go through the end. Brian Alvarez mentioned on today's installment of the Wrestling Observer Live that Chris Jericho is now back as a regular with the company and is expected to stick around for the Royal Rumble in WrestleMania. Alvarez said that on Raw tonight, they should continue where they left off with tension between Jericho, Reigns, and Ambrose, which should ultimately lead to Chris Jericho turning into a full-fledged heel on WWE programming. Ladies and gentlemen, this is absolutely huge because Chris Jericho has just only been returning for live events. He's only been showing up at live events. So now that the fact that Jericho's going to be back on TV, and you would have to assume that this is in response to the low ratings and the viewership that Raw has been getting. And this is going to be a nice little boost for WWE's ratings with Jericho back, and Brock Lesnar is going to be coming back. The Undertaker, Sting is going to be back on a regular basis. I don't know about, in-ring wrestling work. But then you got Hell in a Cell, Seth Rollins versus Kane for the WWE World title. We all saw what Kane did to Rollins last night and the damage. Seth Rollins is going to have to face Hell itself. And, Chris Jericho coming back is always going to do wonders for the WWE because we know Chris Jericho is one of the most entertaining superstars there is, whether he's a heel or a face. As long as Jericho is there, he is going to make things compelling. And you got to wonder, when is Brock Lesnar going to return to start up his feud with the Big Show at a WWE live event in Madison Square Garden, which will be televised live on the WWE Network in the month of October. And then a couple of weeks later, he's going to face The Undertaker inside Hell in a Cell. And if what we've seen out of The Undertaker and Lesnar at Hell in a Cell in 2002 is any sign, we are going to be in for a hell of a treat at Hell in a Cell. Is it going to be just as barbaric and bloody as it was the first time? Your comments, your opinions, subscribe.